Emily here at the Coloring Oasis. Today I have a mini haul, and this is sort of the remainder of the items that had not been delivered yet at the time I did my large Amazon haul like a week ago, I guess it was. And I will link that video below if you haven't seen it in the more section. But these are the remaining items from that order, and I don't know why they were delayed. They kind of gradually filtered in over the course of the week. So I'm going to show you the two books. We're going to test some pens, and we're going to have a fun time. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you is this pencil case I got. The pencil case is nice. You know, I've been talking about this a lot in my videos. I have just this chaotic, unorganized, massive, like banquet length table that's piled with art supplies in their original tins and cases and boxes, and it's such a disaster, and it's been accumulating for 7 years. So I've been on a mission to scale down my old art supplies from 2017, 2018, 2019. I'm giving some away. I'm selling some, the ones I don't really use or the least expensive ones, since I've upgraded to, you know, better quality mediums over the years. So I'm on a mission to transfer all my different pencils that are in the tins, that are stacked in tins. A couple of them are still in plastic I haven't even used, because I hate like trying to lift the trays and get to the bottom layers and the pencils. So I just like avoid using them. My mission is to transfer them all to pencil cases. So no joke, I had to buy like 15 pencil cases and research like, oh, 120 in this set, 80 in this set, 50 in this set, and find similarly matching case sizes. It's been a real project, but I love this one. This one's super pretty. Love this soft sort of sky blue. Has a little zipper pocket. The irony is, you know, I don't remember, once all the pencil cases started getting delivered, I don't remember which set I meant to go with which case. So I have to like look up each case. How many slots did this have? Which pencils had this many? And go look again, because I didn't write it down as I was doing all that like shopping with all my pencils in front of me. So this one must have, this might be the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is either the 120 or the 150. I'm guessing it's, I think it's the 150, but anyway, I'll link it below. This is for one of the, you know, a little bit smaller sets. I think I did buy this one for my Prismacolors. Oh, wrong side. So yeah, I like this case, super pretty, and I'm trying to get a different case for every set. And obviously I'm going to put a little label, you know, Holbein or Prismacolor, and then I'm going to try to memorize which case over time goes with which pencil. So eventually I can take off the labels and I'll know, oh, Prismacolor, grab the blue flower one, grab this one, grab the black one, you know. So it's a whole project, but yeah, very nice case with this little carry handle, super cute. This could be the 120. It looks a little smaller than my 150. I can't remember. Holbeins have 150. I think Prismacolors have 120. I'm not sure, but I do have several 120 sets. Okay, so we're going to test some mediums, but first I want to show you this book. And this is super cute. You don't see this very often. There are several books in this series. I have another one on the way, which is Princesses. And then there's an Ice Castle one, which is kind of out of print. You can find on eBay. These are considered Buster activity books, and I really like them. I think they're made for kids, I think, but to me they look a little too advanced to be kids. So I'm not entirely sure. Definitely, I mean, look at all these details. You'd have to have like a teenager or a very skilled kid to color this well. But I think it's very girly and pretty. Nutcracker. Look at all these snow globes. Ooh. I mean, I guess if you're a beginner, you could do this one, but there's a lot of stuff in here. The artist is, her name is, oh gosh, Anne, is it Anne, not on here, of course. I believe it's like Anne Cronin or something. Not sure. Look at that. Bavarian Village kind of. I like the girly books. This is more, and the paper is pretty decent, look. It's not like, and it's brighter white and smooth, unlike the typical toothy Amazon paper. So it's a better quality paper. It is double-sided, so be careful your stuff doesn't bleed on through. But if you like ballet and nutcrackers, as I do, this is a great book, Romeo and Juliet. Cinderella. I think it's super pretty girly. These are the little, oh yeah, so here's the princess one. I bought this one, I haven't got it yet. These are like little kid topics, but princess one I'm excited about because I did see that on someone's channel. And I couldn't find it by searching, but I was able to, I randomly came across it on someone's haul channel that like was a fluke. So I did get Deborah Muller's new Mermaids That Rock for Mer Month. This just was released. Her first release after getting her Amazon account back. She has several mermaid books. There's a Mermaids Around the World, which was from last year. There's a Girls That Rock, which I like. I'm not the world's biggest mermaid fan. Like, I really only color mermaids in May. You know, I love like fantasy and girly stuff, but I just don't like doing water. So it's like hard to do mermaids without doing water. And I have a lot of Etsy coloring books that have mermaid stuff in it. So I tend to not buy new ones, but I do love Deborah Muller books. And in case they ever vanish again, I want to make sure I'm getting them all. I have seen this one on the cover of this exact girl. I don't know if she had a tail or not, on the cover of a different book she has. I've seen that. I think it's a cover. Isn't it like a dark blue? Might be the Mermaid Around the World. I'm not sure. Gypsy. Obviously, I love Deborah Muller. I'm a huge fan. I do gravitate more toward the more unique ones that aren't always just like a, you know, single girl in the middle with a few little details in the background that are where a lot of the pictures are similar. Because I know I'll only color a couple in that book. I've had to narrow down to only really buying books that I know I'll do like at least 3/4 of the picture, or want to at least. But I love her creativity and her work. Some of my favorite Deborah Muller books is Wicked, Gothic Valentine, and Gothic Charm School. And I do feel like those books have a lot of detail, a lot, you know, more in them that are more interesting to me. So that's the Deborah Muller Mermaids That Rock. So we are going to test some mediums. So I purchased these. Yay! The Staedtler 72 double-ended fiber tip pens. These are European. There's a 2 ends. There's a 0.05 and 0.08 and a 3 point. I think they're German, I guess. Yeah, Germany. So, and I don't think they're supposed to bleed through, but again, almost anything bleeds through Amazon paper, even the water-based ones, because the paper's just so translucent, like thin. We're going to test on some different papers. Oh, look at that. That's cool. They're gray. Does not have a color name. It's got this kind of end. And this. And I've been, let me grab some books to test in here. I have been on my mission to discover new mediums that will not bleed on certain papers, because I'm trying to do more and more books that I don't wreck by using my alcohol markers, which obviously look gunked up on all the back sides. So I have 3 different papers: Amazon paper, Hannah Carlzon paper, and Gianna Bastard paper. We will test. These are books I've been testing all my mediums on the last couple weeks. You might have seen in my other videos. So I'm going to take out a medium purple, like a turquoisey color. Ironically, I don't see any pinks. Wait. Oh, duh. There's another layer back here. I take that back. Let's get a hot pink because I love pink. And let's get an orange. Oh no, a blue? All right. How much was this set? I don't remember because it took like 10 days to get here. I don't know why. I want to say between 50 and 70, but I don't remember. Oh, these are higher quality, so these are going to be on par with the Pitt Artist brush pens, which are very high quality and expensive. These are probably a little more affordable than that, but the similar quality and style, but the ends are different. So first, let's start on the Gianna Bastard paper, which I've been doing a lot of lately. I did a bunch of tests. I've actually recorded a bunch of videos with all the other pencils and things I've bought, and I haven't even released them all yet. So I've been testing all these mediums. Let me zoom in. We're gonna try. I'm trying to remember some of these. So nothing I did so far on this test bled through. So we're gonna test out some of these leaves here. All right. Let's start with the pink. It's a little odd. The ends are like round with a tip on the end. I'm not quite used to like using that. And that this feels unusually long for a pen for me. It feels longer than a marker. I don't know why in my hand, but not a big hand, so. Yeah, it's definitely feels bigger. So we're just, ooh, that's interesting. The wideness and roundness of it fills the area really quick. It feels not as dry as like the Pitt Artist pen, like some of the other fiber tip pens. Let's do each color, and then we'll check the back of the paper. Oh, they have the pointy end, of course, for your little areas. You can do. Oh, yeah, you want a really fine area. That's too fine, too big. Oh, I like these ends. It's kind of like soft and fluffy. I do believe the felt pens are water-based. The thing with felt pens is that you want to try to do one layer and be done and do it quickly. You don't really want to go over it again because it can streak or tear up the paper or leave a little, you know, like water streaky thing. So this is a different purple, but look at how, did I just do that one? Am I losing my mind? Yeah, I just did this one, and look at the ink color does not match the barrel whatsoever, so you would have to swatch these. That's frustrating. I'm just gonna outline it. It's a little odd to get used to this barrel and the tip shape. So I did one single layer and that's it, and be done with it. You don't want to go over and over and over. But they are very fluid, I can tell you that. They're a lot less dry and like, I don't want to say scratchy. The Faber-Castell Pitt pens are good for very narrow, like little tiny shapes and lines. But if you're trying to do a bigger leaf like this, it would feel drier, if that makes sense. Let's do a green here. Yeah, this kind of round end is very interesting. Not had any pens with this before. I do a few long strokes, fill that in. And if once this dries, you could take a pencil, any pencil, you know, that's a dark green, and go over it to fill in if you don't like that kind of lighter spots in the middle, from where this part. The thing is, these tend to dry quick, so if you do right here, it dries by the time you're up here, and then you'll see it like a mismatched color. But I kind of like that look, but some people don't. I might have I have a dark green pen here. We'll try in a second, go over and see how that looks. Let's get another color. Let's try orange and blue. Why not? We're gonna see if any of these colors bleed through. But you can color over this space faster with this type of end compared to like the brush pen, the other Staedtler brush pens, or the pens. That's what I'm noticing. That's like your fine liner. Let's do this here. Now remember, every paper is gonna act different with each type of pen. All right, first we're gonna do is look and see if these bled through. I have no idea. Let's zoom out, and then we're gonna do some green pencil over that. Let's see. So these are all the different things oh, look at that. This is all right here. So nothing at all. I mean, maybe I see a dot, a little dot from that dark green. Barely, but I think that's because that's the last one. Or no, was that the orange? That's the orange because it's still wet because it has a little bit of that water in it. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's see what happens if we go over with a pencil. You can see what that green looks like on its own. But if you really wanted to richen it up, let's see, what do I have nearby? What is this pencil? I have a pencil on my desk. This is Spearerferen. I can't ever pronounce that one. Green. Well, can't get any more specific than that. It's not even the right green, but I'm going to go over it. I just grab. Ideally, you'd want to get a color that that coordinates with the color you did. This has a little bit of a blue tint to it. Now, probably normally if I'm going to go over stuff with pencil, I'm going to let it dry a little longer just to be sure. Maybe 5 minutes, but... And I don't even know if this is an oil pencil, I think. It's just rolling right over it, very smooth. Prismacolors are great. You can go over almost anything, but I find that I can go over a lot of things with my Soucolors too. This is actually not bad at all. So... I deepen the color. Do I have a similar? Let's see. I have an orange Schifferferen. How do you pronounce that? Spearer. Spearer. I don't know. I wonder if anyone can say that right. Oh, I'm going over this with like an orangey one. Kind of will soften it up a little. Yeah, these could be good pens for basing if you don't want to bleed through stuff. I'm pretty sure this will bleed through on Amazon paper. I have, oh, I have, what is this? This is a pastel colored pencil by Arteza. I have like a whole basket of random pencils that I've taken out of various sets to use for things that I've been there for like 6 months that I'm too lazy to put back. Because I have to undo the tins to put them back. That's why I'm getting pencil cases. Let's see, this is an Arteza pencil. Ooh, that works nice. Artezas are a little more waxy. Ooh, okay, and then I'm going to zoom, I'm going to show you real close the difference. I did not go over this one or the blue one. All right, then we're going to try the Amazon paper next. So, see that green I went over with the pencil? That looks really deep and rich. I went over that lower purple one and the orange one. I missed some spots. Did not go over that bigger kind of magenta one, which looks pretty good if I didn't miss the spots. So you can use that fine point there. So I think these are nice. Works really well. It's all dry now. Let's try the Amazon paper. Okay, and I'll be quick. I'll just try like 2 colors. I've been practicing a lot of mediums in this book. Just random stuff. This is Deborah Muller's Chubby Mermaids. All right, I'm going to use this blue. Felt pens on Amazon paper are not the best combo. They never have been. I can tell you that right now. This is on par with how my others feel, which is, it feels drier. I'm not worried about staying in the lines because we're just testing some things out. Yeah, see these narrow shapes are harder to get this rounder tip in. So I really think the bigger areas will be better for this. Oops. Now you could use that rounder tip for like a little flower or something here. Like I wouldn't do anything bigger than this with this little tip. Let's try right here. So yeah, so we got a bigger space. I'm just doing like long strokes. This is almost still too narrow to get the round end in. Okay. Then it definitely went on better on the Joanna paper, obviously. Here is that kind of raspberry-ish color, or is it magenta? What color is this exactly? It's harder to get a single layer too because the tooth sucks the ink right on up. If you go over it again, it might tear the paper. Not terrible. Okay. So let's look at the back on here. Let's look at the back. Well, everything's already bled on this paper so far. Oh, there you go. Goes right on through. Yeah, let me look at this paper. You can even see the drawing on the back side. It's just such a shame that these amazing books have just the really inexpensive paper. You can even see like your hand through it. So yeah, those definitely bleed through, just so you know. And it's a little bumpy, like it's rippled the paper a little because it does have that water in it. So just be aware. All right, let's try it briefly on here. What is this? This is a Mariella Budek paper bookmark I got from Etsy, which is, I'm just curious, this might be on par with like some of her printed pages you can buy that she'll mail to you. Let's try. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, the paper makes all the difference with felt pens. I don't even bother my felt pens on the Amazon paper, to be honest. But pencils work good on Amazon paper. And some alcohol markers, but I don't use my really expensive ones on there. I like to leave a little spot there to go in with a lighter pencil. Did that go through? Didn't go through. Okay, so this is about the same texture and white brightness as my Neenah paper that I recommend for all Etsy printables that I always talk about and do all my what I colored, you know, videos. You see all my printables. I can link that paper below if you aren't sure. I haven't seen that, but this is a lot like that. So this looks nice. Way better. This is even better almost than the Joanna book. Didn't go through, and this isn't that thick. Look. Yeah. It even looks nice too. Ooh. All right, next we're going to try out the Hannah Carnel's paper. Now, this is one of her earliest books. I've had this since like 2017 or 18. I believe her paper is different now. I mean, I have the worst color pages you could ever imagine in this book. That's why I'm just like, this is kind of a hell with it book. I'm just gonna test all over it because there's so many terrible pictures in here when I first started coloring that I would never do any good ones in here now because I don't even like to look at it. But her newer books, this paper is like a little brownish yellow tint. Her newer ones aren't quite, the paper is a little different. I mean, it's not exactly the same. I don't know. Let's just see. These ones, I mean, they're not the worst. But there's like, I didn't even know how to blend. I think I use Crayolas for all of this here. This was all done. Alcohol marker. See, look at bled through. All right, I was testing here the other day, so let's test on here. Here we go. Let's do this. All right, I'm doing that pink. Very light pressure, so you don't push the ink on, just kind of smooth it over it, if that makes sense. Whoops. Definitely goes on better than the Amazon paper. Not as good as that bookmark. Not as good as the Joanna Basford paper. So the toothier the paper, the more you see these kind of watery streaks. But you can fix that with a pencil. So what we're doing now is just making sure they don't bleed through. If you can do longer strokes, you're less likely to have it dry as fast. I mean, I could try to go back over it, but often it will start tearing the paper up. That's actually not terrible. I'm going to not go over that one so we can see what it looks like with a pencil. Let's do this one here. Where's that green I had? Oh, here it is. Oh, and an orange. I forgot I had this green. This is like a jade or an emerald, or not, like an emerald gemstone. I'll go over that pencil with this one too, so I don't care if it looks even or not because we're just basing. But with this rounder end, it is hard to do long shapes. I've noticed without it going over the side. You have to go way slower than I'm going now. Let's do the orange. I mean, we could do the pointed end, but that would take forever. It's meant to do like little squiggly areas. These are very long. They're like I said, they're like longer than a marker. It's kind of strange. Strange. Right. So we're going to do the whole bleed through test. Then we're going to, oh, well. So a couple colors did a little bit, but not entirely. So here's this. So I see a little. Let me zoom in so you can see that. It might be just because it's wet. So right here, you see that? That's the dark green. That's the dark purple. I don't see the lighter colors. So it looks like the dark colors are more likely to bleed through. I just wonder if that's going to go away when it dries. Now, again, this Hannah Karls on paper is a lot thinner and a lot more toothy than, do I have a Clara Markova book here? Yes, I do. Well, let's try that one. I have Clara Markova's new book. We can try a little bit. Let's go over with a pencil again. Well, I have a Holbein pencil right here. You guys would laugh if you saw my desk. It's embarrassing. There's a Holbein pencil. That was really smooth. I have a little light, but let's try this. Not the right color. I mean, it is taking the pencil fine. This is the Arteza. That looks fine. And the green one that bled through. Is it dry? It's almost not dry enough, but so, I mean, oh, I want to do the blue too. I have a blue. What is this? This is a blue Arteza. Let's do this. I'll zoom in a second. I'll actually zoom in now. See what I'm doing. It really needs to dry more, but the pencils go over well, I think, over the ink on each book I've tried, and each pencil I've tried. But yeah, the bleed is still there for the dark colors, just a little bit. So, all right. Now I have, let's just do like 1 or 2 colors here real quick in Fairy Touch and Magic. There was one I was testing some stuff in here. No, I cannot do that one because that one has been based. Saw all my pencil mess there. That one has been based with a primer, so that wouldn't be an accurate representation. You know, this paper, Claire Marcos, is pretty thin. I'm pretty sure it's going to go through because I try to fill here and you can see it. So I'm actually not going to because I don't want to wreck any of my pages. So we're just gonna move on. I deposit UPS at the door. We're gonna move on. I'll put these back later. These are the Staedtler double tipped fiber pens. I would say comparing these to the Faber-Castell Pitt pens, I like these better because the Faber-Castell Pitt pens only have a very pointy end, even though it's like a longer one. This one has a more of a surface area to get the ink out. This rounded end, the 3mm, and I do like that better. And I do feel like the ink's a little more fluid. So I have a couple other pens I want to try. They're just a couple little things. I have here these microns, which are interesting. I wanted to try them out. These are, it's a micron archival pen, and I forget the company that makes them. I think it's Sakura. Yeah, Sakura Pigma micron pens, and you can buy like a 72 pack of all different colors and different points, and I wanted to try 2 out first. These are both, are these the same? Yes. So I needed some really, really fine for doing eyelashes on the girls for makeup and little tiny things of that nature. So we'll check it out. These are used more by artists for like, actually they draw with them. They're really pointed. They're almost like a pen, but you can get, if you buy the blend pack, they have different points, but they're hard points. So it's like something you would write with. But if you're gonna do like long eyelashes, there you go. This is perfect, just what I thought. All my black pens to do eyelashes are always too big. So you could write with it. So that works out fine. So if you have any like little black details or anything that you need really fine straight lines, these are good. They're very high quality pens. They last a long time. It's an archival quality ink, and you can use it for writing and for work as well. So try these out. I also use these also for nose holes. After I do my skin tones, you need to add a little nose holes. I'll use these for like when you have little bugs and things, you need a really tiny area that you need to have black, like that. That always goes over the lines, but I use my thicker ones. So these are not, for 2 pens was not expensive, so I'll link that below for you. And it does bleed through a little bit. Well, the eyelash one didn't, but just the little tiny bit of that one did. So then, all right, let's move on. My last thing I have 2 little things. I bought these. These are the Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic Pens Liquid Gels Rollerball Pens. And I don't know why they came in a plastic pack, but a lot of people use the gold Pentel for gold details, which is this one, I imagine. We're gonna try out a couple. Blue, red, and I do a lot of like writing in notebooks and things too. So like I like pens that I can color with some like little details and write. So this is more like a ballpoint pen. If you look at the tip here, it gets a little blurry when I zoom in, but I'll zoom in and you can see maybe a little how they look if you wanted to color with them. Oh, wow. So liquidy. I love it. Oh, gosh. Ooh. It doesn't feel like a normal gel pen where they're kind of dry when you start out. You have to shake them, or it's a little tricky to get the ink out. That's what I'd heard about these. Oh, I like it. comes right on out. Oh my gosh. I wonder if they have these in more colors. I love it. Let's get another color. Here, I'll link this little pack I got below. I don't know if they have a bigger pack, but I can use these in my journals too. Here's a little green. Oh, and they're kind of, it says metallic-y, but they're glitter. They look more glitter, like they feel like a glitter gel pen, but juicier. That's the only way I can describe it. Juicier. There's like a purple. Oh, look at that. Look at all that ink. Wow. You can write with it too. There's one more color. Here's a black. Can do like a, oh no, this is silver, duh. Silver heart. Ooh, I love it. Let's see if it went through the paper. Oh, look at that. Doesn't it look like glitter? It says it's metallic, but it looks like glitter to me. Please tell me I wasn't off camera when I was doing that. Okay, so let's see if it goes through. Oh yeah, big time bleed. So that's, you know, that's okay because I have plenty of books. I don't care about the pages on the other side or that are single-sided, or I won't color the other side, and some are, I will. I don't care about the backs, and some I do, so that's fine. In fact, mostly I do let my stuff bleed through. But yeah, those are really nice. I like those better than gel pens, actually. I'm gonna have to get some more of those. And do I have anything else? Yes, I do. One last thing. And this was the other pack of the Papermate Flares scented felt tips. And my last haul, I showed you a pastel floral bouquet pack. I have those actually out. I was using them this morning. That's these, and I tested those in another video. This is the other pack, so you get additional colors, like you get the red and the orange around the black, which the other ones didn't have. Different tones. I use my Papermates. They're also felt tip pens, like those Staedtler pens, but they're a nice point. I use those for small little areas and details and whatnot, and I'll show you, I'll just show you like one of these ones, the ones I did last time, so you can see it's the same concept. You can kind of see what they do, but really, Papermates have, oh, it really does smell. Oh, let me stick it up to your nose. That smells like, literally smells like peppermint. Ooh, makes you think of Christmas. So these have a point like a Pitt pen, but they're skinnier than a Pitt pen, the pen itself, drier. These are really for doing small details as well, or writing in journals, things of that nature. You know, this is too big of an area to be doing this with, but generally you'd want to do something small, like a little tiny flower or something with these. If I had to pick between the two, I would probably buy those Staedtlers for sure, but if you're on a budget and you want some felt tip pens that you can go over with pencil for basing, these are a good option. Let's see if this goes through or not. So that's here. So on the Amazon paper, obviously it does quite a lot. And as I recall, it did on all the paper except the Joanna Basford from my last video, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, there are a lot of different options for felt pens. These are great actually for work, for school. You know, teachers use them, students use them. I like them for little tiny details like little flowers or lipstick or something like that. Let's see, I can do like a little purple lipstick. And then sometimes I'll go over this with a liquid pearl or a Stickles, because it's like a Sharpie. They're nice and bold. But yeah, that is all I have today. Please check out my big haul if you haven't seen that one from like a week, or I think it was a week or two ago, maybe only 1 week or 2 weeks. So that works well, and I'll link it below. Thanks everybody for watching, and hope you found something you like.